We are still discussing subject-verb agreement. There are two keys to determining subject-verb agreement. The first is that we have to correctly identify the subject and verb in a sentence. Once we have done that, then we check the subject to see if it's singular or plural. Based on that, we pick the verb that matches. So we are going to look at two more rules for subject-verb agreement in this video. And the first is that sometimes sentences are going to have compound subjects. And when that happens, we need to determine whether we're going to consider that compound subject singular or plural so that we can pick either the singular or plural verb. Now, subjects joined by the word and generally take a plural verb. I like to think of the word and like a plus sign. And if you have a singular subject plus a singular subject, well, that's two subjects, so we treat that like it's plural. Now, sometimes you'll have subjects that are not joined by and. You'll have subjects joined by either or, neither nor, not only, but also. And in that case, the verb agrees with the subject closest to the verb. So we're going to look at examples of both of these. Here's an example using the word and. Mustard and dill relish taste delicious on a foot-long hot dog. Now, even though each individual subject, mustard and dill relish, is singular, the and joins them together, so we treat them like they're plural, which is why we choose the plural form of the verb, which is taste. Let's look at another example. This is an example where we don't use and, we use neither nor. Neither TV shows nor the internet is as enjoyable to me as quality time outdoors. So we have two subjects again. The first, TV shows, is plural. I'm going to use the number 3 to represent TV shows. And then the internet, which is singular. Now, we're using neither nor, so we're going to treat each subject separately, and we're going to look at which subject is closest to the verb in the sentence. Well, internet is closest to the verb, and that's singular, so we're going to use the singular form of the verb, is. Now, another rule, the fourth and final rule, has to do with indefinite pronouns. When the subject of a sentence is an indefinite pronoun, we always use the singular form of the verb. Now, I have a list here on the slide of the most common indefinite pronouns. This list is also available as a handout in the module. Now, all an indefinite pronoun is a pronoun that doesn't refer to a specific person, place, or thing. Like if I say he or it or they, I have a specific person or thing or people in mind. But if I say things like anyone, everyone, nobody, anybody, nothing, anything, I could be referring to any indefinite item, person, or place. So anytime we have a subject that is an indefinite pronoun, we always use the singular verb. For example, everybody at my new school is outgoing. Now, that might seem contradictory here because when you say everybody, you're usually thinking of more than one person, right? But everybody is an indefinite pronoun, and so we treat it like it's singular, and we use the singular form of the verb is. Neither of them has finished their homework. Each of the three vehicles has their faults. So each is an indefinite pronoun, so we use the singular form, which is has. No one in our family likes going to the movies. No one is an indefinite pronoun, so we use the singular form likes. So in the next video, we're going to do some more examples of both of these rules for subject-verb agreement.